Hi everyone, this is week 22, Brian McManus Real Estate, and I'll just say it's going to be short and sweet today. She's a little bit cold, we've got storms coming through, and we are somewhere in between Stockinbingal and you'd have to say Tooma, and whether we're doing inspections or just having appointments with buyers, qualifying the buyers. Something I do, this dates back 30 odd years I suppose, is actually go out and have an interview with the buyers, sit down, talk to them, and then talk about what they're going to do with the properties. And you tend to qualify them a lot better and understand what their ideas are, and they can differ from mine, which is great, but also allows me to qualify their bidding, their capability of bidding on properties, which is very important. We're going to run through a few things very quickly, and some things that I've learnt over the last 7 days. As an agent, as a buyer even, and things that are happening in the market. So we're sitting at about 9.6 million views on Google from about 9.3 million customers. So that's telling you our marketing's working. Loading is a bit different. We've had to modify our loading times, so just to get the same sort of impact. In actual fact, we're tracking higher than we ever have on a daily basis. Over a day or two, we're hitting over 100,000 new views a day. So that used to be our peak. The way the market changed, we then had to adapt and get more views to get the same buyer inquiry. So in saying that, that's just part and parcel. We've got auction week this week, so Gavel's out. Auction training is in full force. I've got a session this afternoon for 3 hours. Going to be a bit of a strain on the old vocal cords. I can feel that coming, and yes, I don't do it completely correctly, but I do it my way. Both properties we've got going up, two pubs, two entry-level pubs. We're starting the bidding at 400,000 for both, and we'll just see where we go. And that's all I can do. The marketing's been done. The buyers have been going through as customers, which is the best way to see a pub, and we'll see how we go on Friday at 11 a.m. So moving through, I suppose as a buyer, it highlights to me indications, certain things. The agent must be involved in the property, must understand the property, and in a couple of instances, the quote price was, I'll give you the example actually. One was, the quote price was 1.2, the highest bid was 500, and on that particular property we didn't bid. We weren't invited to bid, we weren't invited to inspect. So the agent knew better than us, of course, and at the moment they still have a property, but we'll wait and see. Very poor feedback, very poor service, and that's a fact. That's not me giving opinion. Buyers couldn't inspect, agent didn't come on site. How would you like a key being left under something? for your hotel. That I can't make this stuff up. While a tree leans against the building. Yeah, I can't make it up. This is what happened. Anyway, moving right along. Another circumstance which was quite bizarre and quite an experienced agent, I would have thought. Never met the bloke. But anyway, it was, yeah, just interesting. A open tender almost, deadline sale, I don't know what you call these new things, but offers were invited and then no feedback. Deadline was Friday at 4 p.m. We lodged probably a reasonable offer. It's sort of, don't know, very odd not to even, well, I suppose that's the difference with the auction. The underbidders know where it went, and you really don't have to get back to them. That they were part of the process. They were registered, they were online or in rooms, and they saw exactly what happened, so we don't hide that. Not to get back to your buyers under this, I don't know, tender situation. Anyway, so the long and the short of it is, why is the auction just a great medium of marketing and selling property? It's out in the open. Why do the agents get involved? They've got to understand the property, surely. I'm not too sure if there's any other reason to sell a property by auction. They've got to come on site, surely. You just can't leave a key under something and say, mate, go through if you want to, when the power box is hanging off the side of the building. I'm not sure how many work health and safety issues you would have under that scenario. So the long and the short of it is, I can only talk about my system. I can talk about how we were treated as a buyer. That's not agent to agent, that's buyer to agent. And now I can talk about what we do. Now, if I can, I get to the inspection. If I can't get to the inspection, I follow up straight afterwards. That you go through with you would go through with the vendor. And if that's not possible, you'll be waiting and going through with me. 99.9% of my inspections are done me present, and if I'm driving 8 hours to get there, I drive 8 hours to get there and then 8 hours back. So that's an important part of what we offer, you know, and this is what I was taught 40 years ago. So some of that service, it's not offered out there anymore. Agents don't go on site. They really don't know what they're looking at, or simply they don't talk to their buyers. So, and I talk to everybody. That's what you get. And the marketing behind it, we you know, the figures are there. They're direct from Google, or you can have a look at YouTube, our videos. You can have a look at Facebook posts and reels. They're all there to be seen, made by me, produced by me, and as you're now looking at me, that's what you get, and it works really well. It works well for our properties, it works well for our vendors, and it works well for me, because when I meet you on site, this is what you get. You know what you're getting. We don't hide anything. There's no a vendor on the front page is different to the vendor on the 36th page. It's all in black and white moving forward. So we've got one more auction. That's the 28th of June, and we finish the financial year, move into 25-26 financial year. We've had 3 deferments. They're deferring until the next financial year now. They don't want a contract date that is 24-25. They now want a 25-26. That's up to their accountant. I can't really argue for or against that. So if we have any more deferments to the July auction, chances are we will not run June and run July. It just seems to be a trend with the accountants at the moment that they're closing off early, and they really don't want us to exchange 24-25. So moving right along. Anyway, chances are we can't get contracts and certified accounts, but come July I should say, we will have. So give us a call, Brian, 040-297-0217, Brian at brianmcmanusrealestate.com. I am out of area a lot, going between Stockinbingal and Tooma, Canberra. I'm just out of area. Both Optus and Telstra are out. So leave a message, I'll get back to you. Email me, I'll get back to you. So and if you're looking at registering, get in now so that we're all set up. We can do a test. We're meeting on Google. I use Google because it's the most stable of all the platforms for the auction. So you must register to get the link. It's not an open link, it's a closed link so that we know obviously the vendors are on and the buyers are on, and that I can focus on certified buyers so that we get a successful sale at the end of the day. 2 wonderful little pubs, entry level, easy to manage. One you'll be bringing back to the market, that has, the Stockinbingal has 300 to 400 railway workers for 2 or 3 years in Stockinbingal. There's no pub, no accommodation in the town, so you'll have that exclusively. Tooma is up and trading, doing really well. Owner's been there 7 years, and they've done everything. They've put on a new roof, concrete floors, easy, one of the easiest menus that I've ever come across. And Chris does that really well, and you'll train up on it in a couple of days if you use her systems. Really easy to feed 4 or 40. So really profitable little business out there. 5 days a week, 11 months a year. They close up for a month, go on holiday to Europe. It's just a breadwinner, and what a lifestyle. You're out there kind of in the snowies. I call it snowies anyway because I drive through that way a lot. Just out at Tooma, about 15-20 minutes. So both awesome little pubs, $400,000-$500,000. Great way of getting in, having a lifestyle, and not stressing you. So get in, have a look online. You want to get through, we can get you through both of them. But they one goes up at 11, one goes up at 11:15. I think Stockinbingal's 11:15 is Tooma. So get in, get registered, get your money ready. Not a lot, and you can be in your own pub real quick. So we're going to love and leave you. We're at week 22. It's just beginning to rain again. So give us a bell, give us an email, and hope to see you soon. Bye.